And action, and Jane. And Adina's playing. And Rocky prep. Rocky playing.
Oh. She's feeling good.
She's okay.
And Roman prep. Roman playing. Adina, you're almost out. Adina, you're out. Roman, you're playing. Rocky standing by, and Rocky out. And Roman out.
See, firstly, we were actually all living in the mansion where we were shooting. So the cast and the crew were living there together, which I don't think ever happens, you know, but it did in this instance. Good thing is that we all got to know each other very well. You know, there's a lot of great friendships which came from this set. But then it's a bad thing as well, because when you're with someone for 13 days straight, from morning till night, and we were doing some days 15, 16-hour days, and there were some tempers there were people getting tired, you know, that's what happens on a film set. You do get edgy at times. We're on some serious time frames to get things done.
Filming 2 features at once was an absolute challenge in itself. It was, and for everyone. There was no one that wasn't encumbered by doing that. We're talking 2 feature films that are both 2.5 hours long, in the space of something like 30-something days. And you've got everyone, you know, working double time and wearing a lot of hats. Like, a lot of people had to wear more hats than they probably should have, and everyone got in, and, you know, so they've got to focus on their job, you know, making sure everything stays right, and also focus on something else to help out, you know, elsewhere. And that's not even mentioning things like dialogue, wardrobe, location changes, sort of thing like that. So, yeah, and I'm sure it was an absolute pain for the actors as well.
You would forget sometimes which name to use when you're addressing the other character, either the Western name or the Indian name, and sometimes you'd give a really good take and feel really emotional and realise that you used the wrong name, so you had to do a retake for the correct version, which was tricky at times, but luckily there were people on set to keep an eye on that, and it was really a team effort to make sure that we didn't get the 2 versions confused.
I've done it. Okay, and upside down. No, I did. Yeah, about there. Standing, rolling, and yep, got it. And hi. Okay, and just duck out for a second.
For me personally, it was actually a very interesting experience. One, shooting for 34 days straight, it's really nice when you can actually get a project that you can dig your teeth into and just work consistently, as opposed to coming at it in bits and pieces over time. That was fantastic in that respect. Shooting 2 features at a time was a very interesting experience, and you can learn a lot from doing that, and I did learn a lot from doing that. For me personally, shooting 2 scripts at the same time was a huge challenge, knowing what we needed to pick up, knowing the areas that we needed to pick up, but also the stylistic changes sometimes between those 2 scripts. Lighting wise, you weren't always able to double things up. Sometimes you could, sometimes you couldn't. But shooting 2 scripts at the same time is a fantastic way to learn. I learned an awful lot shooting for 34, 38 days straight, whatever we did.
Working with Stanley, I've worked with a few directors, but this guy just operates on what I call the gamma frequency, which is normal frequencies are like beta and alpha, and gamma is like a high mental state. And this guy, he's able to process story points so quick that I had trouble keeping up. I'm writing down notes in front of him. I've got files in front of me when I'm talking to him on the phone. This guy's driving on the freeway, he holds it all together. I've just never seen anything like it. And when he said he wants to shoot 2 movies at once, I went, what? But as I got to know him more and more, I thought, this guy can pull it off.
The thing that Stanley does for people like me is he believes in our ability to do things more than we believe ourselves. Like, I didn't believe I could do a lot of the stuff that I had to do for this film, and he just kept on giving faith to the whole process. Roy, I know you can do it. And I just happened to, we just managed to do all the things we had to do. So he has a lot of faith in people, and it's not blind faith. It's he seems to know that we're holding back, and he pushes us. So thanks, Stanley.